All right, girls, 8F. Today we're going to go through your pre-test and hopefully you have see what you have picked up in the last couple of weeks. First of all, I'm going to get Zara to come up. And Zara, can you just go through question 1 with us, please? And Bella, you'll be next for question 2. All right, Zara. So question 1, what did you get for each of these? Maybe just go through. Let's look at 1A. How did you go with that one? Yeah, explain it.
So I got that 2 is greater than -4 because 2 is on the right side of the number line, meaning it's greater than -4.
Fantastic. Good. Okay, what about -5? And what's that? Is that less than or greater than?
Less than,
Good.
because it's on the left side. It's towards the left
Fantastic. What about 0 and -1?
side. 0 is greater than -1.
Excellent. And finally, this one here, what is it to the left or to the right? Is -4 to the left or to the right?
The right.
It's to the right.
4.5.
Very
-4.
good. Well done. Very good. That's great. Bella, okay, so number 2, you've got your number line. If you can explain to me what you're doing here.
Okay, so this is the number line and this is going by 1, so this would be -5, -3, -2, -1, 0, and 2.
Good. And do we have to go up in ones? Do we have to?
No.
No, we don't. Well done. Very good. Now, I was just going to briefly go through this one because it's more or less the same thing. You can see here, I've just asked Bella, if we go up in one, in this case, are we going up in ones, girls? No, in actual fact, we're going up, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I was to split 20 up into 4, that would be 5. So I'm going up in 5s. So you should have got, I believe, 45 for this one. Stop me if I get anything wrong. And on either side of the number line, we're going down in 5s. So that would be -10. Okay, so question 4A, I've got Zoe. If I can get you to come up, please. And if you can go through with me 4A and 4B.
Okay. Oh, hold on, I need my ruler.
So it's 5 minus 8, and so you get like a number line, or you don't have to, but you can.
Yeah.
And you go to 5, and then you go to the left because that's subtracting.
Very good.
So you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it would be -3.
Good. Fantastic. So -3, if you can write that, that's great. Okay, and
That was
lastly, you've got -5 plus 3. What are we doing there?
So you'd get your number line and you'd go to -5, and then you'd add 3, so you'd be moving to the right because that's going up, and you'd add 3, so you'd go 1, 2, 3, so it would be -2.
Well done. Very good. Fantastic. You guys
Thanks,
getting really
Abby.
used to that. That's great. Well
Like,
done.
sit down.
And Ruby, you're going through C, D, and E with us. Thanks, Ruby. Have you got the pen? Oh.
So for C, because it's 12 minus -8, that's 2 negatives, which is a positive. So you go 12 plus 8, which equals 20.
Very good.
And then for D, it's a plus, so +4, and 4 is a negative, so it's a negative and a positive, which is a negative. And then you go 3 plus 4, which is 7, which is -7.
-7. And can I just, yeah, good. Can I just stop you there? Girls, can I just say this is a very common mistake. When you're adding 2 negative numbers, they will get that mixed up and say that you've got 2 negatives, it becomes a positive. No, when you're adding 2 negatives, they're still a negative, okay? So that is correct. Yes, that's right. And E for me, please?
Okay,
It's exactly the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a negative and a positive, so you go to the left. So negative 12 minus 4 is negative 16.
Very good.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well done. You guys are doing so well. Liv, if you can go through F, G, and H for us, please. F, G, and H. Yep, you can do it. Okay, speak up.
So with F, you have minus negative 63 minus negative 90. And the way I work this out is because it's two negatives, because it's minus a negative, you add it. But the way I worked it out was 90 minus 63, which equals 27.
Okay, so let's just break this up a little bit. So what she's saying is the negative times the negative becomes a positive then. So what she has is she has minus 63 plus 90. And then what she's done, of course, well, 90 minus 63 is 27. Good, keep going.
So with G, we have 26 minus 38 plus 14 minus 9. And you just go through step by step because there's no big mass involved. So you start off with 26 minus 38, which equals negative 12. And then you add 14, which equals 2. And then minus 9 equals negative 7.
Well done. And the last one, we know here we're subtracting something from negative 2, and that gives us a positive answer. So we know that, what is that? So this has to be what?
A negative.
Yeah, it has to be a negative. And what is it in this case
Negative 8.
then? Negative 8. Fantastic. That's really good. I love that explanation. Okay, now, very good. Now, I think I was going to go through this one just briefly. Girls, whenever you see this, the difference, I want you to start thinking difference as subtraction. If I was to subtract one number from the other, I would get 2, a difference of 2. So I can see over here I've got 1.5 and negative 0.5. Rather than just guess and check, I want to show you how that actually works. 1.5, if I subtract, now we're subtracting and let's use negative 0.5. Okay, so what I have is 1.5 plus 0.5, which is 2. But in actual fact, there was also another one. We've got this one here, and this one here is also has a difference of 2, because 1 subtract minus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1, which is 2. Okay. I believe it was Jennifer that was coming to go through this one. Probably in a similar motion. It says here, what is the difference? So Jennifer's going to show us how that works.
Because the difference is subtracting something, I did 6 minus negative 4 because it's the difference between London and Paris. So plus 6, subtracting negative 4. And because there are two negatives, it becomes a positive. And plus 6 plus 4 equals 10. So it's 10 degrees. At noon, the temperature in New York has risen by 5 degrees. And because it says risen, you know it's plus. So the original temperature was minus 9 degrees. Minus 9 degrees plus 5 degrees equals 4 degrees. So that's the answer.
Good. Abby, So you've got the top row here, Abby. Okay, did you want to maybe just talk me through it and I can write it for you?
Sure.
Yep, okay. Talk me through the first one.
So because 2 negatives equals a positive, so you just do 5 times 3.
Which is 15?
Yeah.
Yep, fantastic. And the next one?
A negative times a positive equals a negative.
Good, so we've got a negative,
4 times 5 is
negative 48, fantastic.
And then a positive divided by a negative is a negative.
Is a negative.
So it's negative 7.
Yep, very good.
And then a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And that's 9.
Fantastic, well done. That's really good. And Sienna, you're going to go through the rest of those.
Mm-hmm.
You want to write on it? Yep.
Yeah, sure. All right, so we know that 36 divided by 12 is 3, and since it's a negative divided by a positive, it's a negative, so it's negative 3. And then negative 2 times negative 2 equals 4, and then 4 multiplied by negative 2 equals negative 8 because it's a positive and a negative. And then the negative 8 multiplied by negative 2 is 2 negatives, so that equals a positive, which is 16. And then,
Now, can you just write out what minus 4 cubed actually is? Because a lot of students might write minus 4 times 3, for example. Minus 4 times minus 4. So it's minus 4 multiplied by itself 3 times. Minus 4 minus 4. Okay, good. And in this case, 4 times 4 is 16.
16, and then 16 multiplied by negative 4 would be negative, so that's negative 64. All right, and then negative 3 multiplied by negative 4 will give you 12 because the two negatives become a positive, so it becomes 12. And then 12 divided by negative 2 would be a positive and a negative, so it's a negative and be negative 6.
And
And
the last one?
we know that 36 divided by 3 would equal negative 12, and if it's something divided by a negative equaling a negative, it has to be a positive, so it'd be 36 divided by negative.
Annika. Thank you. Okay, now just quickly, I might do this because it's a bit, it's quite thick, isn't it? Oh, let's do this. Okay, let's, all right, Annika's going to go through question 8. And as you notice, girls, as we go through this, some of these will be tougher. This is using ModMath, stuff that we learned today.
Okay, for the first one, since we're using BODMAS, we have to focus on the divided by.
So division and multiplication happens first,
Mm.
starting from left to right. So forget about the negative 12 and the addition. Yeah, keep going.
So we just leave negative 12. So since we're doing the division first, we have to make it, and it's just normal division, so it's just 6. So negative 12 plus 6 equals negative 6. For this one, it's a bit more complicated because there are multiple brackets, but we just have to focus on one thing at a time. So the first bracket, it's 24 divided by minus 6, which is 18. And then we've got divided by the next brackets, which is negative 2 plus 5, and that equals 3. And then we've just got plus 4. So then we focus on division, so that'll be 6 plus 4 equals 10.
Really good, girls. We'll obviously save a round of applause right to the end because we've all been fantastic. I've been really impressed with everyone, each and every one of you. Okay, Alouette. Alouette's going to go through the top one here, A plus B plus C and 6B plus 4A. Almost there, girls. Thanks. Great.
So A equals -5 plus B, which is 3, plus C, which is -1. So you start from the left and go right. So you have to go -5 plus 3, which is -2. -2 plus -1 is -3.
What is this called starting with S? When I get this 6 and I multiply by B, we're doing what? Substitution. Substitution. That's what we're doing, girls. Okay. What do you got?
So 6b, which would be 6 times 3 plus 4 times a, which is -5. And you start with the multiplication, starting from the left. So 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 4 times -5. Then you have to do the multiplication again. So 4 times 5 is 20, and because there's a positive and a negative, it equals a negative. So it's -20. Then 18 plus -20 is -2, because it's a negative because there's a positive and a negative.
Well done. That's fantastic. Excellent. Well explained. Very impressed. And for this one, we have.
So you first start with 10, and then you do 10 times b. B is equal to 3, so 10 times 3. And c is equal to -1, so times minus 1. And then divided by a, which is equal to -5. And then to simplify, you just do 10 times 3, which is 30. And then 30 times -1 is -30 over -5, which is equal to +6.
Fantastic. Really good. And the last one. Now, can I just give you a little bit of a hint, girls? I'm going to start with this. You can create brackets wherever you like, especially if it makes your life easier. Now, my suggestion is I've got a squared, so I'm going to just make a bracket. So where it says a squared, I'm going to make that a bracket, and we're going to have over here b minus c. Now, a squared is -5. It's -5 times -5, like so. And then b minus c, let's do that. So you're going to just finish that off for me. B, which is 3, minus c, and that's minus -1. I think that the use of brackets can really help because, of course, all right, if you can finish that off, that'd be great.
So first you do -5 times -5, which is +25. And then you do 3 minus -1, and because it's two negatives, it becomes a positive. So it's just 3 plus 1, which is 4. And then you do 25 times 4, which is 100.
Now, that is all of your girls' contribution to today. So, first of all, everyone, give yourselves a big round of applause. Well done. Now, I'm just going to quickly do the last one and explain to you how I guess my process is. I'm looking here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a sequence where we're going up or down by the same amount each time. So what I'm going to sort of say is that there's 7 steps, or there's seven steps, but I want to work out, I've got this sort of this minus 32 and 45. So I want to work out what the difference is of that. Now, in actual fact, if I go from 45, if I was to go 45 and I want to subtract, say, minus 32, that would be the same as 45 plus 32, because my 2 negatives multiplied becomes a positive. Now, you're probably asking why we're doing this. Well, we've got a difference of 77 or negative 77, depending on which way you're going. So if I'm going from the left to the right, I've got a difference of minus 77, which means that we're actually going down, given that each 7 steps. If I was to divide 77 by 7, 77 divided by 7, that's going to give me 11, which means that each one of these steps, we're actually going, because we're going to negative 32, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, we're going down in 11s. So I'm going to, well, 45 plus 11 is 56. We've got 67, and I'm just literally going down by 11 each time. 23, 12, 1, minus 11, minus 10, sorry. Minus 10 and minus 21. So there you go, girls. Guess what? That's the same practice test that you did at the start of the unit. It's so much better now, isn't it? So in actual fact, your test is going to be very similar, very sort of similar in nature to what we've done in the pre-test today. So my advice is, you need to make sure that everything we've covered today, including if you need to watch this video again, for example, that is going to be the best way to study for this test. Okay? I hope you are proud of what you got. I'm going to stop it there. I'm very proud in each of every one of you and your contribution and how well you explain things today. So thank you and good luck for your test next Monday.